Alright. Ooh, 2:16 p.m. We're really running on thin ice here. Hopefully, though, she can keep postponing it, though. Or at least postpone it to another day. Maybe, somehow, maybe. Oh, they got Blaze. Well, well, well. It was former Prosecutor Edgeworth. Blaze the bestie. Witness, face forward. We're not done talking yet. Like I said, you see, why exactly would I have needed to help that person out, Your Honor? You know, it's a crying shame. What is? Having a beautiful woman declared guilty, honestly, brings tears to my eyes. Stop bullshitting, Blaze. We had enough of that in the last case. But you see, there's no reason for me to go out of my way to hide evidence just to save her. However, we still have the testimony of your son, Prosecutor Bestie. He testified that he handed the evidence over to you. Well, haven't the slightest clue what he was talking about. Simply can't imagine why Sebastian would have said something like that, you know? Because it's the truth, you lying dickface? And now I'm on that side, too, apparently. Even though I'm not a real prosecutor. Then again, I mean, Maya and people would be on Phoenix's side when they're not real defense attorneys, so fair enough. What if there's evidence that shows your connection with Warden Roland? And just what do you think you're doing, former Prosecutor Edgeworth? I'm just on this side of the bunch, just like how I'm Franziska's Maya right now. I was under the impression you were no longer in any position to stand in court. Miles Edgeworth, how dare you barge into my prosecutor's bench? Franziska, I'm sorry. I need you to lend me the bench for a little while. What are you saying? Judge Courtney. I brought vital evidence related to this case. Your Honor, please allow me to testify. And she kind of has to do it at this point. She'd never allow it. You don't know that. She's more on my side than yours at this point.
Objection.
Courtney Pie, Uncle Ray also asked that he be allowed to testify. There are no objections from the prosecution either, right? The way he was saying that, it's like he was the prosecution. Not quite. Understood. The prosecution also has no objections. It really is weird seeing the prosecution on the left and the defense on the right. Normally it's switched. This time we're just seeing it from the witness's point of view as opposed to the judge's, for some reason.
Objection.
Was that how it was in the AI one as well? I don't remember. Actually, I feel like it was, yeah. I remember that scene now where, what's-her-face, Sheena, before she changed her name, like, pulled a gun on everybody. I believe she was on the right side. And she was the defense attorney, so yeah, I think it was that way in AI one as well. I just forgot. Anyways, there's no way you can allow something like this, you know, such high-handed methods. Surely are enough to warrant being held in contempt of court, wouldn't you say, Courtney? Well, she would know. She is Courtney. I wonder, what is that? Just her regular birth name, or did she change it? Yeah, as long as John is still in danger. Yeah, there's that. Although, similar things could be said for characters like, you know, Phoenix Wright, Apollo Justice, but meh. Courtney just feels a little too perfect. Although, to be fair, it sounds more like a real name than, Justice or Wright, but hey. Judge Courtney cannot rule against the warden. Yeah. I must convey to her somehow that the search for her son is progressing. Even though it's kind of not. I mean, it is, but still we don't have him yet. Judge Courtney, I ask that you have faith in me and my assistant. Now that you mention it, where exactly is she? She is currently out searching for the most important piece of evidence.
Objection.
It's a waste of time. There's no such evidence. Are you stalling for time? How disgraceful.
Objection.
Most important piece of evidence, huh? Courtney Pie. I don't really know what the evidence is, but I think we should have faith in her. After all, even if she may not look like it, she's still the great thief Yadagrasu. Somehow it seems that Mr. Shields understands. Judge Courtney, you've already determined the general location of that evidence. It's only a matter of time before she steals the evidence back. There you go. Still though, I understand that I shall give you special permission to testify. Thank you, Your Honor. This is ridiculous! Take that, Blaze, again. This vital evidence that you have found, please present it to the court. Blaze DeBestie and Patrico Rowland are somehow connected. Allow me to present the evidence that proves it. Am I actually going to have to pick it out? Oh shit. Holy crap, I'm doing a real court segment, kind of, in an Edgeworth game. Which piece of evidence shows the relation between Patricia and, Blaze? Let's see here. A ring and chessboard. Poor Knightley, Dogan. Yes. I guess they both work, though. Actually, I have to check that. I never bothered checking it. The document contains a detailed report regarding the interrogation of a certain man. Before that, I never actually checked that. I'm all but certain there was a connection between Knightley and Dogan. Dogan's chess partner, whose identity remained unknown until now, was actually Knightley all along. This is proof enough. Tomorrow she'll interrogate him in the Warren's office. I'll get him to confess that he's one of Dogan's henchmen. The thing he laid to rest in front of the flower bed 12 years ago. He simply must retrieve it. The question is, did he? Certain man? Actually, even though I just went out of the organizer, did I ever check the chessboard? Oh, that's all it is. Okay. That man being the late Horace Knightley. And the one who interrogated him was the defendant in this trial, Patricia Rowland. So that means that was the interrogation where she killed him. That's right. Patricia Rowland murdered Knightley in the aftermath of the interrogation. And that very interrogation has been recorded in this written report. That definitely sounds like vital evidence. Miles Edgeworth, just now, you referred to that document as a written report. Now, just who in the world was that report written for? I thought you might ask that, Franziska. That was the sharp one. And that's precisely what is most important about this report. We found this document inside the safe in the storeroom on the 51st floor of the Grand Tower. The 51st floor. The storeroom for the black market auction. Indeed. And the conductor of the auction was you, Blaze DeBestie. I don't know if we've proved that yet in court, though, so I'm not sure if that can be testimony or not. It can be official fact, as it were. I'm not sure how that works. I don't think his trial has happened yet. You received a report about the victim from Warden Rowland. Now he's probably going to say something like, well, if the safe was opened, I would have never had a chance to open it, right? That's probably what he's going to say. And it would be true, which means Sebastian must have known the safe code or found it out somehow, which is going to cast suspicion on Sebastian, I guess. Anyways, yeah, you received a report about the victim from Warden Rowland. In the face of this evidence, can you still say you have no connection to this case? In regards to that, I refuse to answer. Incriminate yourself? What? It has yet to be proven in court that I was the conductor of the black market auction. Yeah, that's what I thought. Exactly. Oh, have you already forgotten the evidence this morning? Doesn't matter. We haven't proved it in court. I believe I'd already proved it back then, did I not? I will not deny that I was bested by you, however. That was at the crime scene. Who knows if the results will be the same in court? An acquittal is still possible, you see. Until it's been proven in court that I am the conductor of the black market auction. You can't prove that document was addressed to me. Your logic is twisted. It's not necessarily wrong, though. It's very nice, you know. My logic isn't twisted, is it, Courtney? Don't you feel the same way? It's quite unlike you to allow former Prosecutor Edgeworth's statement just now, you know, in the first place. Saddens me, you see, that you would fail to uphold the law as a judge should. You're the one trying to break the law with your bullshit. In fact, I'm so upset by this, I may have no other choice but to use my last resort, you see. And what's that? It's not just burning more documents, is it? It's as you say. Something that has not been proven in court does not merit any deliberation. I'll have to overrule Mr. Edgeworth's claim. You're gonna hate doing it, though. Because we know it's fucking true. I mean, I know she's not wrong, but this is where the law becomes really twisted. It's a similar thing with Roland. Like, we freaking proved it, but the evidence went missing before trial, so... Even though a freaking judge and an attorney was present, can't they, like, testify? I'm not sure. Maybe they're not really allowed to, at least not in a trial where they're the judge, and... Well, could they even be... I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, as I thought, until John's been rescued. You see, the truth at the scene and the truth in the courtroom are two very different things. So, you're saying the truth can be distorted in court as long as it's for your sake? What a horrible thing to say. I'm not distorting the truth or anything like that, you know. If not a guilty verdict is handed down, then that... If not a guilty verdict, basically the same thing, is handed down, then that becomes a truth. That's all it is, you see. Doesn't make it fact just because the court says so. It's useless. There's nothing you can do unless the missing evidence turns up. Maybe Sebastian will run in with it, maybe? Now then, Courtney, why don't you deliver a not guilty verdict and let's get this over with. Come on, let's be when Sebastian runs in and he's like, I have the evidence! Please? After all, that evidence isn't gonna show up anytime soon, you know. I think it is! Sebastian's about to run in with it, I'm sure of it. Yup! Called it like a mofo. Who raised an objection just now? Weren't you paying attention to the voice clip? Oh yeah, the confrontation. I knew it had to happen. Pops! Sebastian. Come on, Sebastian. We talked about this. You gotta man up. Why'd you come back here now of all times? You're lucky he's even out and about. Because of you, he was actually trapped for a while. Even if it wasn't your intention. Sebastian, what is the meaning of this? Just where were you and what have you been doing since you abandoned your own trial? I'm sorry, I was, kidnapped. Such an act is unbecoming of a prosecutor. You should be ashamed. Yeah, he's not in the mood for this, you can tell. Sebastian, you still don't get it, you know. This court is no place for a sniveling child such as yourself. Even though you're the one who led him there. Bobs! Ooh, that's a new face. Good. I've come to present new evidence, Your Honor. Yes! With a transformation. So please, let me take a place back at the prosecutor's bench. It's only fair. Prosecutor's own, well, not his own father, really, but, kind of. Sebastian. I didn't think he'd come back. Objection. Hahaha, what's all this now, Sebastian? You don't seem at all like your normal self. No, he's going to rise above his past self. Almost rise from the ashes, if you were. Oh, that's supposed to be what the prosecutor's badge represents, isn't it? Something like that. Pops! Come now. What's the matter? You want Daddy to play with you? Is that it? Well then, why don't we just head on back home? Return to the witness stand! What's wrong? You're shaking like a leaf. Your Honor, the prosecutor officially in charge of this case has just arrived with new evidence. The trial is still in session. In light of this, shouldn't we continue with the proceedings? Naturally, the defense has no objections, Your Honor. I'm sure the defense attorney, originally in charge, would say the same. The prosecution has no objections either, Your Honor. That's right. You gotta allow it. Besides, it's okay. What was I saying? It's okay, yeah, because the person who has John right now doesn't care about the trial at all. He doesn't care if, you get a guilty verdict. Anyways, but yeah, now you're basically letting slip that you tried to kidnap John, but you, failed, actually, believe it or not. We got you. Continue with the proceedings? That won't be necessary, isn't that right, Courtney? Blaze still believes that he was the one who kidnapped John. He kidnapped Sebastian, the fucking dumbass. As long as John still hasn't been found... No, because, like, we know that he didn't kidnap the real John. Like, the person who kidnapped the real John doesn't care about this trial. Still, though, it might be hard to convince Courtney of that. Judge Courtney will remain bound by Blaze. Nothing else will change that. There's that face again. It's weird. Oh! That's the cell phone? That sound is... her cell phone. My phone as well. Both are ringing? Yeah, Uncle Ray's phone is also... Why is everybody's phone ringing? Mr. Edgeworth, sir, pal, sir! Mr. Shields! Oh, boy! Wow, I'm surprised. And John was probably calling his mom. That's a nice picture. Found John, sir, pal, sir. I actually didn't expect that. I did not think they'd do that so easily. I was almost confident that, like, John was gonna stay missing for a while. I guess this is like a way for Justine to fully become on our side and to resolve this trial, but... I mean, did the kidnapper just let him go, or like, what happened with that? Oh, you know what? It could be the case. John might have kidnapped himself. No. The way he was talking on the phone and the bug in the badge, that wouldn't make sense. Meh. Something's up, that's for sure. Maybe he accomplished what he wanted to accomplish and didn't need John anymore? Maybe. Really is a good picture. We rescued John! Excellent work, detective. That kid was the most important piece of evidence, right? Way to go, Kay. I wanted to spread the word quickly, so I had to have everyone call. Yeah, he called all 3 phones at once. Completely interrupting the trial, by the way. Normally not okay in a courtroom. Although I think... I'm not sure if defense attorneys or prosecutors are normally allowed to keep their phones on just in case. Maybe.